Hello friends, most welcome to my YouTube channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. So today we are starting next article from this chapter, that is algebra of the statement, means algebra of the logical statement. So these are some important laws which are called as algebra of the statement. Using these laws we are able to simplify the given logical statement, or in other words we can say that these laws are used to show that two statements are equivalent. Even using these laws we are able to simplify the logical switching circuits also. So let us first try to understand these laws, and later on we will make the utilize of these laws while solving the example. So our first law is idempotent law. According to idempotent law, value of P and P is equivalent to P, and P or P is also equivalent to P. You are able to construct the truth table if you will have some doubt, and you will come to know that these two statements are what? Equivalent, means their truth values are what? Identical. Now commutative law. Commutative law we are studying since from 6th 7th standard, even natural number also, in whole number also, in integers, real number, complex number, isn't it? That A plus B can be written as B plus A, but their operation is what? Plus. Instead of plus, here operations are what? Or, and second operation is and. So according to commutative law, value of P or Q is equal to what? Q or P, or P and Q is equal to means equivalent to what? Q and P, means P or Q is equivalent to Q or P, and P and Q is equivalent to Q and P, and these two results are called as commutative law. Third one is associative law. Observe the associative law very carefully. In the first case, all R and, means three statements P, Q, R are connected by which logical connective? And. So, and on this side also P and Q and R, means three statements are connected by what? And. So in this case, to find out truth value, either we are able to, if we are finding and of first two statement, and later on whatever will be the result we are getting, then we are finding its and with R, or if first we are finding and of last two statement and later on we are finding its and with what? First statement, the truth value does not changes, means these two statements are equivalent, and this result is called as what? Associative law. Similar type of result we will get in case of what? Or. यहाँ पे भी हम क्या कर सकते, पहले या तो फर्स्ट टू स्टेटमेंट का और पहले फाइंड करो और बाद में इसका और थर्ड स्टेटमेंट के साथ फाइंड करो, या तो फिर पहले लास्ट टू स्टेटमेंट का और फाइंड करो और बाद में उसका और फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट के साथ फाइंड करो. यू विल कम टू नो दैट द ट्रूथ वैल्यूज आर आइडेंटिकल, एंड these two important results are called as associative law. Now next one is distributive law. Distributive law says that it is just like a multiplication. 2 into x plus y can be written as what? 2x plus 2y. So here operation is multiplication and what? Addition. Instead of multiplication addition, here our operations are or and what? And. So according to this distributive property, first take the or of P with the first statement, means Q, P or Q, and then take the or of P with what? Second statement, means P or R. In this way, just as we are multiplying by a number to the bracket, same method we are applying in case of what? Distributive property. Same method we are applying in the second case also. Take the and of P with first letter Q, P and Q, keep this or as it is, then take the and of P with the second letter, means with R, P and R. In this way we are applying what? Distributive property. Or in other word we can say that on this side, if you will observe both the bracket, P and is common in both the bracket. If P and is common in both the brackets, so we are able to take P and common from both the bracket. If I am taking P and common from first bracket, here remaining term is Q, keep or as it is, and here remaining term is what? R. Means in both the way we are able to apply distributive property. Which method we have to apply, that depends on the given condition in the example. Now let us discuss the next important law, which is called as De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law already we have studied when we have discussed the rules of negation. In case of rules of negation, what we have seen, whenever we are applying negation on the compound statement, replace every letter by its negation, and by or by and. And these two results already we have discussed. So we are applying negation on these brackets. So replace both the letter by its negation, and will get replaced by what? Or. So what result we will get? Negation P or negation Q. We have replaced both the letter by its negation and by or. Similar result we are applying in the second case. So negation P or will get replaced by and then replace second letter also by its negation. So in this way we have got the De Morgan's law. Now next one is identity law. Whenever in a statement if T, capital T or capital F appears, at that time we are making the use of what? Identity law. Means identity law is applicable if in a statement capital T or capital F appears. Now let us discuss what is the value of P and T. Now in case of P and T, so let us consider first statement P. P is a statement, means definitely its truth value is either T or F. And if you will observe the truth value of second statement is true, means second statement is what? True, always true, it is given to us. And we are finding truth value of P and T, means we are connecting these two statements by and. In case of and, if at least one statement is false, and will be false. Here false is not there, so it is true. Here one false appears, so it is false. Means here we can observe that truth value of P and T and truth value of P are identical, means these two statements are what? Equivalent, means P and T is equivalent to what? P. P and T is equivalent to P. Now P and F. In case of and, if at least one statement is false, then and will be false. Here whatever may be the truth value of P, either it is true or false, but one F is there, and in case of and, if at least one statement is false, result will be false. In case of or, at least one statement is true, the result will be true. Here now P is either true or false, but here second statement is true. And in case of or, at least one statement is true, its truth value is true. And here P or F means whatever may be the truth value of P will be our required result. If P is true, then or will be true. If P is false, then both are false. That's why result is false. Means whatever may be the truth value of P is there will be the truth value of what? P or F. And these four important results are called as identity law, are called as what? Identity law. Now let us discuss about complement law. Now in case of complement law, see the first statement P, and it is connected with what? Its negation, by which logical connective and in case of and, simply you have to remember that if at least one statement is false, and will be false. Now here one statement is P and another statement is negation P. P and negation P, whether their truth values are identical or different. Let us check it. Let P is one statement, means two possibilities are there, either it is true or it is false. Negation of true is false, negation of false is what? True. Means if you observe the truth value of P and negation P, truth values are what? Opposite. If one is true, another is false. If one is false, another is true. Means in these two statements, check that at least one F appears, at least one F is what? appears. ये अगर true है तो ये false होगा, ये अगर false है तो ये true होगा. यानी दोनों में से एक कोई तो भी false रह नहीं वाला है. And in case of and, if at least one statement is false, truth value of and will be what? False. That's why we can say that P and negation P will be false. Now same two statements are connected by what? Or. And just now we have seen that truth value of P and negation P are opposite. यानी दोनों में एक फॉल्स है तो दूसरा ट्रू रहेगा, और एक ट्रू रहा तो दूसरा फॉल्स रहेगा. यानी दोनों में एक कोई तो भी ट्रू है, या तो ये ट्रू है तो ये फॉल्स है तो ये ट्रू, एक तो भी ट्रू आने ही वाला है. एंड इफ एटलीस्ट वन स्टेटमेंट इज ट्रू, ट्रूथ वैल्यू ऑफ और विल बी व्हाट? ट्रू. दैट्स व्हाई वी कैन से दैट P और negation P will be true. Now absorption law. If you'll observe distributive law and absorption law both are same. अगर यहाँ पे पहले एंड है तो बाद में और है, और पहले और है तो बाद में एंड है. हियर पहले और है तो यहाँ पे एंड है, और यहाँ पे एंड है तो बाद में क्या है? और है. मीन्स अरेंजमेंट ऑफ द टर्म्स इज जस्ट लाइक व्हाट? distributive law. But in case of distributive law, all three statements are different, P, Q, R. But here if you'll observe, two statements are what? Identical. Two statements are identical. If you are simplifying it using these laws, the result will be what? P. Means if first or is there, second and is there, and if first and is there and second statement is or is there, mean two statements are connected by and नेक्स्ट और पहले और है बाद में एंड है, लेकिन तीनों स्टेटमेंट में से दो स्टेटमेंट अगर आइडेंटिकल है तो जो स्टेटमेंट आइडेंटिकल है वही उसकी वैल्यू होंगी अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट? एब्जॉर्प्शन लॉ. हियर आल्सो इट्स वैल्यू विल बी इक्वल टू व्हाट? P. एंड दिस रिजल्ट्स वी आर गेटिंग अप्लाइंग व्हाट? Absorption law. Now conditional law. Already we have applied conditional law in the last exercise that P implies Q is always equivalent to what? Negation P or Q. Now biconditional law. So P if and only if Q. Biconditional is denoted by what? Double implication. It implies that P implies Q and Q also implies to P. Means it can be written as P implies Q and Q implies P. But according to conditional law, P implies Q can be written as what? Negation P or Q. Keep this and as it is. In the same way, Q implies P. If P and Q are interchange, here on this side also P and Q are interchange. Here Q implies P is there. So what result we will get here? Negation Q or P. Just simply we are interchanging P and Q. So on this side also P and Q will get interchange. In this way we have got what? Biconditional law. Last law, it's involution law. Already we have seen that negation of negation P is what? P, and this result is called as involution law. In the same way, negation of true is what? False, and negation of false is what? True. And these three important result is called as what? Involution law. Applying all these laws, we have to solve question number 3 from exercise 1.4. So all the examples from this exercise, from this question, we have to solve applying these laws. So let us try to solve this example. First two questions from this exercise already we have completed in the last lecture. Now we are solving question number 3. In this question, we have to prove that two statements are equivalent but without using truth table. So already we have seen how to show that two statements are logically equivalent by constructing their truth table. If the truth values are identical, at that time we can say that two statements are logically equivalent. But here question is to show that two statements are equivalent without using truth table. If the question is asked to show that two statements are equivalent without using truth table, at that time we have to make the use of these laws. पहले तो बेसिक नीड है कि आपके पूरे लॉज लर्न होने चाहिए. सिर्फ लर्न होने से कुछ नहीं होता. You have to make the practice to apply the laws while showing that two statements are equivalent. Somewhat more efforts we have to take in such cases और in these example in this chapter. पूरा चैप्टर इजी है. एक राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस अगर आप करते हो और ओवरलुक करके भी एग्जाम्पल देख के भी जाते हो तो यू आर एबल टू सॉल्व ऑल द एग्जाम्पल इन एग्जाम और इन टेस्ट. लेकिन अगर ये इक्विवेलेंट प्रूफ करना है तो आपको थोड़े 2-3 रिवीजन की जरूरत है. गेटिंग इट? सो लॉज लर्न होने चाहिए और फिर इनका यूटिलाइज कैसे करना टू शो दैट टू स्टेटमेंट आर इक्विवेलेंट. लेट अस डिस्कस ऑन इट. सो पी इफ एंड ओनली इफ क्यू. बाय कंडीशनल लॉ, P if and only if Q can be written as negation P or Q and negation Q or P. So which is equivalent to. Now if you'll observe this statement very carefully, here also and or negation appears in this statement. So we are already converted double implication into what? And or negations P, negation Q. Now just we have to simplify it. But here give the reason that which law we have applied. Here we have applied biconditional law. Biconditional law. Now consider this as one letter, this as second letter, and this as what? Third letter. Here first and appears and then what? Or appears. If first and then or appears, so we are able to apply distributive law. According to distributive law, first take the and of P with what? First letter Q, or keep it as it is, then take the and of P with second letter R. So here first take the and of this statement with what? First statement. Negation P or Q का and पहले किसके साथ लेंगे हम? negation Q के साथ. ये और एज इट इज बाद में इसका एंड सेकेंड लेटर के साथ लेंगे, दैट इज निगेशन P और Q and P. So this result we have got applying distributive property. You can say that distributive property or distributive law. So which is equivalent to. Now again, if you'll observe here these two statements very carefully, here or is there and here and is there, means again we are able to apply distributive property. According to distributive property, first take the and of negation Q with what? Negation P. So means negation P and negation Q. Keep this or as it is, keep this or as it is, then take the and of negation Q with second letter, that is Q and negation Q. So in this way again we have applied the distributive property. Here also we are using the same method. अब P का and पहले first letter के साथ लेना है, means negation P and P, और बाद में P का and second letter के साथ, ये keep this or as it is. So what we'll get here? Q and P. Again here we have applied distributive property. Distributive property, or we can say that distributive law. So which is equivalent to. Now keep this first bracket as it is, negation P and negation Q, keep it as it is because we will require in our result. So Q and negation Q. So observe the complement law. According to complement law, P and negation P is what? F. In the same way, Q and negation Q will be equal to what? F. Or keep it as it is here also. P and negation P. Again, according to complement law, P and negation P is what? F. F or Q and P. So here we have applied complement law. Complement law. Whenever in a statement, if T or F appears, at that time we are making the use of what? Identity law. Now try to understand how we are applying identity law to simplify it. F आ गया यहाँ पे, तो ये बाकी का जो पूरा टर्म है उसे P consider करना. So P, consider this whole bracket as P, P or F. What is the value of P or F? Is P. P means what? Negation P and negation Q, or keep it as it is. Again, consider this whole bracket as P, P or F. Just now we have seen that P or F. What is the value of P or F? P means what is P here? P here is Q and P. So this result we have got applying identity law. Identity law. Later on, keep this negation P and negation Q, keep it as it is or also as it is. Here in the first bracket P and Q is there, but here Q and we have got Q and P. So we are able to interchange these two later. By which law? By which law? Commutative law. So here P, Q and P can be written as P and Q, applying commutative law. So lastly, consider this as one letter and this as second letter. P or Q can be written as what? Q or P according to commutative property, means it can be written as P and Q. First write down this letter or keep it as it is, then write down the second statement, negation P and negation Q. And this result also we are getting applying what? Commutative property. In this way, making the proper utilize of this important law, we have shown that these two statements are what? Equivalent, means we have shown that P if and only if Q is equivalent to what? P and Q, or negation P and negation Q. So in this way, without constructing the truth table, means using these laws, we are able to show that two statements are logically equivalent. Now see the example number second. In this example, we have to prove that P or Q and P or negation P is equivalent to P. So we have considered the left hand side. Using these laws, let us simplify this left hand side and we have to show that it is equivalent to what? P. So let us simplify it. If you observe the given expression very carefully, in the first bracket also P or appears and in the second bracket also P or appears. Means if P or appears in both the brackets, so we are able to take P or common from both the brackets, so remaining term will be Q and R. So Q and R will be the remaining term, and this P or we are able to take the common applying distributive property. So if I am taking P or common from both the bracket, here remaining term is Q and negation Q. So this result we have got applying distributive property. Later on, keep this P or as it is. Now observe the complement law. According to complement law, what is the value of P and negation P? It's false. In the same way, Q and negation Q will be equals to what? False. This result we have got applying complement property. Complement property, or we can say that complement law. In a statement, if T or F appears, at that time we are applying identity law. So here P or F, what is the value of P or F? Will be equals to P. So here its value will be equals to P according to what? Identity law. And this is the result which we have to prove. In this way we have shown that these two statements are logically equivalent without using truth table. Now let us try to solve the third example. In the third example, observe the given statement P and Q, or negation P and Q, or P and negation Q. We have to show that it is equivalent to P or Q. If you are considering this first statement as one letter, second statement as second letter, and this third statement are third letter, we can observe that here first, second and third statement are connected by what? Or. Means all are or. If 3 or appears, at that time either we are able to take or of first two statement or first take the or of second two statement, isn't it? So here if you'll observe first two statement, here also and Q appears, here also and Q appears. So we are able to take and Q common. So first we are finding or of first two statement P and Q, or negation P and Q. Keep remaining part as it is, P and negation Q, and this result we are got according to associative property, or we can say that associative law. So which is equivalent to, now I am taking and Q common from both the bracket, applying distributive property. So if I am taking and Q common from first statement or first bracket, here remaining term is P, or, and here remaining term is what? Negation P. Keep remaining term as it is, or P and negation Q, keep it as it is, and here we are applying distributive property. So property is also called as what? Law. So which is equivalent to, now P or negation P, according to complement law, P or negation P is equals to T. So replace the whole bracket by T according to complement law. Keep remaining term as it is, P and negation Q as it is. Here we are applied complement law. Later on, in a statement, if T or F appears, at that time we are applying identity law. T and P is equivalent to what? P. In the same way, T and Q will be equivalent to Q, or P and negation Q, keep it as it is. Here we have make the use of what? Identity law. Lastly, if you'll observe here, first or is there and then and is there. In such cases we are applying distributive property. First we are taking or of Q with first letter, means with P, then take or of Q with second letter. Keep this and as it is, so Q or negation Q. So means here we have applied distributive property, or we can say that distributive law. Now here Q or P, keep it as it is, and also as it is. Again P or Q or negation Q, as we know that P or negation P will be T, so in the same way Q or negation Q will be T according to complement law. Lastly, if you'll observe this statement, here T appears. In a statement, if T or F appears, at that time we are using identity law. Consider this whole bracket as P. P and T. What is the value of P and T? It's P. P means what here? Q or P, and this result we have got applying identity property or identity law. So which is equivalent to, now Q or P, but our result is what? P or Q. So we are interchanging these two letters, applying commutative property, because P or Q can be written as what? Q or P according to commutative law. And in this way we have shown that these two statements are what? Equivalent without constructing the truth table. Now let us try to solve the last example from this exercise and also the last example from question number 3. So here we have to show that these two statements are logically equivalent. First we have considered the left hand side. Simplifying it, we will try to show that its value is equal to RHS using our important laws. So now if you'll observe this given statement, here two parts are connected by what? Implication, and here negation of implication is there. What we have seen, negation of P implies Q, means negation of implication is what? P and negation Q. So this result already we have proved in negations, isn't it? Now same result we are applying here. Consider this as P and this as Q. Negation of P implies Q, it's P. P means what here? P or negation Q. Then and keep it as it is. Negation of what? Q. Negation of Q. Q means second part, means negation of P and negation Q. So here we are getting this result applying which important formula? Negation of implication, because here we have applied this negation on what? Implication. So this important result we have applied here. Now let us simplify it. So if you'll observe our required result, P or negation Q is the first term, which already we have got here. So we are not disturbing to first term P or negation Q and keep it as it is. Now we are applying this negation on this bracket. If you'll observe, two terms in this bracket are what? Are connected by and. Means according to rules of negation, what will the first term? Negation P and will get replaced by or, and then we will get negation of negation Q. And here we can say that we are applying De Morgan's law. So this law is called as, or we can say that negation of conjunction or De Morgan's law. According to De Morgan's law, negation of P and Q is negation P and will get replaced by or and negation of Q. So here we have applied De Morgan's law. So don't disturb to first bracket P or negation Q as it is and also as it is. Here negation P or keep it as it is. Negation of negation Q will be equals to what? Q. We know that negation of negation P will be equal to P, but this result is called as what? Involution law. So negation of negation Q will be Q. So this result is called as involution. And this is nothing but our required result which we have to prove. Here instead of involution law, you are able to write negation of negation also. In this way we have completed this exercise. Next article in this chapter is application of logic to switching circuit, which is omitted for this academic year. Means for 2021 because of the COVID-19. Okay, so later on I will upload the videos on application of logic to switching circuit also, but now directly I am starting miscellaneous exercise in the next lecture.